Now that we have centered the piece onto the wheel and connected it to the wheel head, we are going to start trimming it. The tools that we are going to need are, trimming tools. We need a large trimming tool, small trimming tool. Gonna need your wooden trimming tool, a rib, a needle tool, and you will also need a small sponge. Okay. So I like to test out by sound just how thick my bottom is, how much space I have to trim off. You can do that around the side. It sounds a lot thicker than this. So we can think about what kind of foot do I want. We're going to begin with our bigger trimming tool. I'm going to pull clay out. If your clay is the right consistency to be trimming, your trimmings should be coming off in larger ribbons. If your clay is too wet, it's going to be coming off in too big of chunks. If your clay is too dry, it's going to be coming off in tiny little chips. And that's a good indicator to kind of start learning what is the right consistency for my clay when I'm trying to be trimming. So I'm thinking, okay, how far out do I want my foot? I know I'm probably gonna want a good sized foot because this is gonna be a lidded vessel. So I don't want the foot to be too thin. It's gonna be carrying some stuff. We're pulling clay off. I don't want to let the trimmings sit on there for too long, so I stop every once in a while and I clean up my space to know what I'm looking at. Take some clay off of here. I know that there's probably some clay that's sitting here, and I don't really want that to sit there too much. I can also start to shape my vessel in these moments as well. I don't have to leave all of the shaping when I'm on the wheel. So we're going to carve out the foot. I want to make sure I do not trim through my pot. It's really important. I mean, it's going to happen, unfortunately. It's the look of the trade. And we want to make sure we're not trimming through here as well. So we're going to start doing that tap. See how much space we have. If we ever press down and we're getting any type of push there, it's getting too thin. Because if we have push there, that means that we're risking a crack. And that is not a great risk to be having. So we're creating our foot here. I'm gonna start pulling this, and I don't want too much, see, because it just snagged right there. I don't want too much speed there. I'm just gonna I just wanna take a little bit of clay off here. I'm gonna hold my hands together because this seems to wanna be catching, and I wanna have enough stability that it's not catching. You can do it where it creates a spiral. So if I hold this here and then come out like that, creates that spiral. If I want it to be flat, we can hold it like this. Pull clay off in a larger ribbon. Creates more of a flat bottom. We just start carving out this foot. Now, other tools we can use Our rib, let's clean this out. Our rib we can use to help us begin to reshape this foot here. Create smoothness. See how much more smooth that foot is? We don't want to leave that all rough. That's what's touching our table. We don't want to scratch our tables. We can use wooden trimming tool to kind of recarve out some clay here, create shape. That's a really great tool. You can carve here. That's a great tool to just like create more shape, more definition, which is nice. Like if I want to kind of create definition here, we can use that. And that'll create space here. The next one we can like do, we can do this here. Shut up, it hasn't been recording the whole time. Oh wait, yeah it is. Oh, okay. Okay. And then we can carve in here with the little one. So this will create like, same thing as the larger trimming tool, but you have a little bit more control with the smaller one. So you just kind of continue with that, create your foot, and continue to test with this tap to see how much clay you have to continue, how far can you push it without anything caving in or creating holes. How big do you want this foot? And then just remember to keep the foot really smooth. You don't want to finish it and have that foot be really harsh. So it's going to scratch up a table. You want to think about function a lot, especially when you're creating functional pieces. As long as you want them to be functional.